Chassidic gems on Hagada Shel Pesach. It says in Hagada, Kol hamarbe v'chol hamarbe l'sapeh b'yitzias Mitzrayim harei meshubach. Whoever increases to tell the story, to tell Yitzias Mitzrayim, the story of going out from Mitzrayim, harei meshubach. It is better. The more you talk about it, the more you explain it, the better it is. That's the simple. The Chassidic Torah say that whoever speaks more about Yitzias Mitzrayim, it's like it's Harei Hu Meshubach. He becomes better. He becomes better. There's such a skula, there's such a hidden blessing. One who increases to speak about Yitzias Mitzrayim, he will become better and better and better, a better person spiritually. Again, Chassidic gem on Hagada Shel Pesach, again the same, Kol amar b'lasapeh b'yitzias Mitzrayim harei zeh meshubach. According to the Chassidic Torah, the more one speaks about Yitzias Mitzrayim, the better he becomes. This is alluded to in a Mishnah in Pesachim, where the Mishnah says, Maschil bignus u'mesayim b'shvach. When you relate Yitzias Mitzrayim, you're supposed to begin with something degrading and conclude with something that's more choshev, more important. And the Gemara explains, what does it mean, maschil bignus? Some say that it means mitchila hayu aviseinu avdu avodah zara. At the beginning, our forefathers worshipped idols, and then they concluded b'shevach they came to be better. Or another interpretation is maschil b'gnus, we speak with something degrading. Avodim hoyinu, we were slaves. L'parei b'Mitzrayim. Anyway, that's the simple. The Chassidic Torah telling us the same concept that we say that whoever speaks more about Yitzias Mitzrayim more and more and more, he himself becomes better spiritually. That's what the Mishnah alludes to when the Mishnah says we begin with something degrading. Meaning, according to the Chassidic Torah, if somebody, when he starts the Megillah, the Haggadah, he is low spiritually, that's the Gnus, according to the Chassidic Torah. But he's sure, he'll be rest assured that when he finishes the Megillah, he will be improved tremendously. This is alluded to in the Mishnah. If he even though he's low when he begins the Seder, but when he concludes, he will be much, much better spiritually. The Seder is very, very holy, and one has an opportunity to become very, very great spiritually by speaking about Yitzias Mitzrayim. Continuing with Chassidic gems on Hagada Shel Pesach. The Haggadah says, Baruch HaMokim, blessed is HaKadosh Baruch Hu, blessed is He. Baruch Shenasan Torah L'Ami Yisrael, Baruch Hu, blessed is He who has given the Torah to Klal Yisrael. And immediately afterwards, the Haggadah continues, Keneged Arba Bonim Dibra Torah. The Torah speaks, corresponds to 4 different categories of children. Echad Chacham, one is smart, V'echad Rasha, one is wicked, V'echad Tom, V'echad Sheni Yedei Alishel. That's the simple. The Chassidic Torah Harav HaKodesh Reb Avraham Mordechai Migur is saying, why are they really in proximity, one next to another? Baruch HaMokim, Baruch Shas and Torah, and after that it says, Keneged HaBarabonim Dibra Torah. And he says that this comes to allude to us the incredible power of Torah. That Baruch HaMokim, Baruch Shas and Torah, the Rebbeinu Shalom gave Torah to Klal Yisrael, and then immediately it mentions all four types, all four categories of sons. Even the wicked son, who is one of the four, V'echad Rasha, even the wicked son can get out of his wickedness through the koyach of Torah. That is the reason that the Baal Hagada, the one who wrote the Haggadah, wrote them close together, because the Torah has tremendous power. Whoever learns Torah, even a wicked person who learns Torah, can get out of his wickedness through the koyach of Torah. That's how great Torah is. Continuing with Chassidic gems on Haggadah Shel Pesach. The Haggadah continues, Chacham Mahu Omer. The Chacham, what does he say? He asks questions, etc., whatever the Haggadah, Baal Haggadah says. Chacham Mahu Omer, what does the Chacham, what does he say? That's the simple. The Chassidic Torah are saying like this, that Chacham Mahu, what is a Chacham? How can you determine, how can you tell if a person is a Chacham or not? Omer, the way he speaks. When a person speaks, you can detect right away, is he wise, is he foolish, is he wicked? The person has to be careful with his language that he uses, with his words that he speaks, because a person can be nicker, a person can be recognized. The way he speaks, that's what he is. The way he speaks and gives out his words externally tells us what his internally is, what he is internally. Same thing with a wicked person. Rasha, Mahu, how can you see if he's a Rasha? How can you tell if he's a Rasha? Omer, through his speech. When he speaks, you could tell right away, right through him, who he is. So we have to be careful the way we speak, so we should speak the way we really are. Continuing Chassidic gems on Haggadah Shel Pesach. The Baal Haggadah says, Chacham Mohu Omer, what does the Chacham say? Mohu Eides v'Hachukim v'Hamishpatim. He questions, he wants to know about the halachas of the Torah. What should we answer the Chacham when he asks all these questions, good questions? V'af haTorah emer lo kehilchas haPesach. Tell him, like the laws of Pesach, Ein maftirin achar haPesach afikoyman. We cannot conclude the Korban Pesach with afikoyman, with dessert, with other things. We have to leave the taste of the Pesach, the Korban Pesach, in our mouths. That's this simple. And the question is, wow, of all the things about Hilchos Pesach that you have to tell him is Ein maftirin achar Pesach afikoyman, that you're not allowed to eat after the Korban Pesach dessert. You got to leave the taste in your mouth. He's asking all kind of questions. Is this the one halacha that's so important to tell him? There's so many halachas, Hilchos Pesach and the Shulchan Aruch. Is this, what's so important about why this one is singled out? Or Rav HaKodesh Reb Sholem Mibels comes to tell us that the Bal Hagada is teaching us how to raise your son, how to teach your son. And he says, learn all the Hilchos Pesach until you get to this last Mishnah in Masechta Pesachim, which says, Ein maftirin achar Pesach hafikaiman. The reason that this was chosen, not because this is the one halacha that they have to know, but this is concluding all the other halachas that are in Hilchos Pesach. So when your wise son asks you questions, learn through the entire Masechta with him, and all the Shulchan Aruch, and that's the meaning of teach him Ein maftirin achar Pesach hafikaiman, which is in the 10th parak, the 8th Mishnah. It's at the end of Masechta Pesachim. Teach him everything. Continuing with Chassidic gems on Hagada Shel Pesach, another approach to this. Again, we single out to the Chacham, to the wise person who's asking tremendous questions and he wants to really know. Tell him this halacha, that after Hilchos, after the Korban Pesach, you're not allowed to eat dessert. Again, question: why is this singled out? According to the Chadushi Harim, it's a different interpretation than the previous one. He says like this: just like the Hilchos Pesach, just like Ein maftirin achar Pesach hafikaiman, that we don't eat anything after the Korban Pesach because we want to leave the taste of the Korban Pesach in our mouths. We don't want anything else to come and take away its taste. That's why we're not supposed to eat after eating the Korban Pesach. Similarly, when you speak at the Haggadah and you relate all the Yetzias Mitzrayim, everything that happened when Hashem took us out from Mitzrayim, make it so interesting that the taste of what you are teaching him remains forever in his mouth. Nothing will take it away. That's the allusion in Ein maftir nachar Pesach havikaiman. Do not eat anything after it. Nothing else should take away from the taste of the Korban Pesach. It should be so clear in his mind, whatever you're teaching him about Yetzias Mitzrayim, that should remain forever. Continuing with Chassidic gems on Haggadah Shel Pesach. The Bal Haggadah says, Rasha Mahu Omer, the Rasha, the wicked son, is asking, what's all this about? And what are you doing? And he's not including himself in having to do anything. So the answer to him should be, Emerloi, say to him, Ba'avur zeh, also Hashem li b'tzeitzi miMitzrayim. Hashem did this to me when I went out from Mitzrayim. Li v'loi loi. I went out and not him. Ilu hoya shom loi hoya nigo. If he would have been there, he would not have been redeemed. He's a Rasha, he would not have been redeemed. That's the simple. The Chassidic Torah Charav HaKodesh, the Be'er Moshe says, that was only then. Do you think there's no hope for a wicked person? If he would have been there, he would not have been redeemed. Do we think there's no hope at all for him? That was then, before the Torah was given. But today, once we have received the Torah, even a Rasha has a chance to correct himself, and he could be nigal, he could be redeemed. This Rasha, who was then without Torah, if this Rasha is with Torah, the Torah is so powerful, the Torah could help redeem him. a sikum, a summary of the hashkafas that we could learn from the Chassidic Torah that we just said. We learned that the night of Pesach, the Yetzias Mitzrayim, Sipur Yetzias Mitzrayim, is so holy and so powerful that if we involve ourselves in it and immerse ourselves in it, we can be better and holier human beings. That even if we are in a low level when we start the Seder, but at the end of the Seder, and being immersed in it, and discussing it, and searching for the truth of the meaning of Yetzias Mitzrayim, we can become much better spiritually. We also learned that even a Rasha, the Torah is so very powerful that even a wicked person can improve and change through the koyach of the Torah. We also learned that a person can be nicker. One can tell a person by his speech. We can tell from his speech whether he's wise, whether he's wicked. The speech will tell us what is going on. The external speech that comes out of him will tell us what's going on deeply within him. We have to all be careful the way we speak, because the speech is very important to tell who we are. We also learned that when it comes to teaching our children, teach him everything. Don't teach him only one specific halacha, but teach him the last halacha. The last halacha means everything else is included. Everything, he should know everything. And we also learned that when you teach your son Yetzias Mitzrayim, that it should be so clear and so beautiful that the taste of what you are teaching him shall remain for a very long time. We should be zeicha to fulfill all these mitzvahs. Amen v'yamen. Of the hashkafas of Yetzias Mitzrayim, you say that don't think that the Rasha, if he would have been there, he would not have been redeemed. That is true. If he would have been there, he would not have been redeemed. But don't think there's no hope for him, because that was before the Torah was given. But once the Torah was given, even the greatest Rasha, if he learns Torah, if he's taught Torah, the Torah is so powerful. The Torah would have redeemed him if he would have had the Torah. And now that we do have the Torah, there is hope even for a wicked person. There is hope even for a wicked person to get out of his wickedness and become a good person. Amen. V'yamen.